and today I'm going to be covering clowdbot while drinking a little bit of beers and drinking and eating some gang peg gang, the crispy duck. So guys, look, while I was cooking that duck, I went ahead and I set that up, the environment over here, and of course this is my personal laptop, and there's certain things that we got to do. Believe it or not, there's a lot of steps that we got to do, and I'm going to quickly cover them. But the first thing first, from the current slide, I'm going to kind of take you guys through here. So we got this in the clowdbot that we setting up, and right now just gotta drink some beers and open this thing up. We got a little document prepared over here, and just gotta open this thing up. So we gotta open up the beer. If I had something to record me, unfortunately I can't set it up with one hand, so I'm just gonna have to use the other hand. So anyway, so we got this clowdbot environment. We're setting up our feudal kingdom, which is a Freedom Fusion System blueprint. And of course, guys, this is a setup in a Google Doc environment. We're constantly going. So cheers, guys. Here's the feudal kingdom we're building. Here's a clowdbot. We got the Wi-Fi set up, and we got to set up incremental backups, that kind of stuff, and all the other details. So that's really good. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to show you. I will include this, like essentially I mentioned about this camera over here. We took that camera with us in Florida and recorded lots of things while we're on our road trip. So I wanted for clowdbot to tap into that camera and effectively grab all the videos, download them, and like blast them as viral clips, but only what's appropriate. Obviously, I don't want to show anything private, and of course, clowdbot is going to make that determination what is appropriate and what is not. And then I'm just going to quickly review it after it creates all the hashtags, description, and titles, and all sorts of other things. Now, that's going to be one of the use cases. And that's pretty cool. I mean, now I don't have to do that because there's literally thousands of videos. Another use case is going to be this bad boy over here. We got a smart plug. So my boiler constantly running out of steam, and it's shutting itself off. So I'm going to be using those two smart plugs. One of them is going to be plugged in for the boiler, and the other one is going to be plugged in for something else. I haven't figured out what, maybe a printer or maybe something else. But, wow, this crispy duck is pretty good. So this is the setup. While I'm eating that crispy duck, get familiar with the setup. Wow, this crispy duck is pretty dope, guys. So this is good. We'll continue, tag it along. Okay, so as you guys know, this is the Fresh PC. So this is what we have the setup. So the clowdbot is over here, and we got to do certain steps. We got to do certain little mini steps, guys. Those mini steps are going to be, let me just kind of take out the laser pointer, whip that out real quick for you. While I'm drinking beers and eating crispy duck, I went ahead and I created a quick, fresh, new computer. I mean, old computer, but with a fresh, brand new Windows. And the clowdbot is over here sitting in its own feudal kingdom. And we obviously got to secure that bad boy. We don't want it to be loose like a goose. we wanted to finally walk through the steps to other feudal kingdoms, but we don't want it to be loose like a goose. Anyway, guys, let me hold on. I gotta eat that chicken. I mean, crispy duck. But I got a couple of smart plugs over here, and those bad boys gonna save us. I mean, my tankless water heater constantly breaking down. I'm gonna connect this bad boy to the tankless water heater, then connect it to the voice monkey, then connect it to a voice monkey is gonna be able to connect to clowdbot and essentially trigger Amazon skill, which will turn off and turn on tankless water heater, which is going to be another use case. And of course, another use case is going to be to connect to this wireless camera that was in a car. And I have thousands of videos from a road trip in Florida. And there's no way in hell that I'm going to be extracting every single video and putting hashtags and description and editing all of that. clowdbot is going to connect wirelessly to this wireless camera. It's a USB one, and it's going to extract all the videos, create hashtag description, and blast it on YouTube. So that's going to be another use case. And another use case for my university work is going to be creating PowerPoint presentations because I'm super lazy to create them. It takes a long time. clowdbot is going to be doing that. And this is how we're going to secure it. So Take a look at the clowdbot over here again while I'm eating some crispy duck. Mm, mm. Wow, really good, really good. Let me drink some beer real quick, guys. A little beer. What kind of beer is that? This is Presidente. Wow, that's a pretty good beer. So take a look over here while I'm kind of drinking, relaxing, guys. You get familiar with the setup over here of the clowdbot. So clowdbot is its own little feudal kingdom. Getting stuck, being loose like a goose. Okay, not kid, not opposite of loose like a goose, but this is our feudal kingdom blueprint. And of course, guys, this is what you gotta understand. The cloud bot could be either in a Docker, or it could be, obviously it could be wild AI, a risky situation when you just set it up and let it loose like a goose without any kind of security protocols. That's what we're doing over here while drinking beers, eating some duck. And I know I kind of covered all the use cases, how you could connect this to some physical world, to your tankless water heaters, your thermostats, whatever. And I covered that already. But I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, we're using this for three of my brands. Car detailing brand is one of them. So this is in case if you're wondering, I do have a car detailing brand, and what we do, we clean cars, we detail cars, and luxury car car people come down sometimes. Sometimes we go to their location, and we gotta do it efficiently. We don't really want to be like figuring out a way like what to say to the customer, how to say it. We want cloudbot to do everything, and of course, you can learn more about it over here. Take a look at this workflows over here. Hold on a sec, guys. I gotta eat that duck over here. I was just cooking it. I almost burned the whole place on fire. Man, she remind me never to cook again on my own. Okay. So this notebook, don't worry, guys. I'll give it to you if you subscribe. So, damn, this crispy duck is too good. It's too good to be true, guys. I can't believe I'm eating it. I had a little bit of leftover from yesterday when I took my wife for the Valentine. Man, amazing. So what do we got over here? So, guys, obviously, while I was cooking this duck, I went ahead and I talked to ChatGPT real quick. This is a brand new computer, and literally, I'm showing you exactly what to do step by step. While I was cooking the duck, I was like, all right, let me try to get the full setup. So what I did is here's this full setup where I'm literally communicating to ChatGPT and saying, hey, I'm trying to set up a cloud bot. Don't mind me. I'm just cooking some doc. Please be mindful, whatever. But look, I need a little quick setup for my subscribers for how to do this on isolated PC environment. It's a clear environment. I already got computer installed. I have a separate studio, et cetera, et cetera. The bottom line is I have a separate Gmail account, separate Outlook. Everything is brand new. And here's the document. This document, obviously, guys. Oh, hold on a sec. I gotta eat that duck. While I'm eating the duck, guys, go ahead and read this. Man, you know what? Next time I think I know what I'll do next time. You know what? In fact, why wait for the next time? Let's do it now. You know that crispy duck is pretty good, guys. By the way, this is my profile over here. This is my bio link if you guys want to learn more. Take a look, buy.link/Freedom Fusion System. And of course, this is Freedom Fusion System over here. It has everything you need to convert your leads to loyal customers and take your business under control. Obviously, guys, today we're talking about cloudbot and like how the hell do you connect your Google Calendar and all those other questions I clearly described, guys, and how to combine it with your Google profile, especially if you're building your car detailing brand, and how to make this thing whole. All of this thing just work. And for now, what we're going to do, we're just going to go quickly to NobleCalm because I kind of, I'm feeling lazy. I don't really want to feel explaining all those things. I want to be eating duck and crispy duck. And let's go ahead and open up one of those NobleCalms. And let's see, do we actually have any mind maps over here or anything else for that matter to kind of clearly explain to you what the hell is going on? Otherwise, you're going to think like I'm some crazy maniac. But wait, while me waiting for that, I kind of don't feel like doing that either. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a quick video for you guys so this way you could just listen while I'm eating the duck. So everybody's happy, and then it's going to be smooth sailing for you. And of course, let me just do video overview. So let it cook a little bit. And while it's getting cooked, I'm going to be eating duck over here. What kind of version? Oh, wow. There's a new thing. Okay, you know what? For now, I'm just going to need everything. I'm not trying to get fancy or anything. But yeah, so going back while generating, guys. Look, here's the bottom line. The bottom line is I need to finish this food over here while drinking while drinking this. All right. So once this finishes, it's gonna read to you exactly what the hell we're doing. and but this is the setup. Look, okay. So first we gotta create a secure Windows workspace. Second, we gotta set up your clowdbot project. I don't know why I butchered cloud project, but that's the next thing we're gonna do. While I'm drinking beer and eating some crispy duck, let me go ahead and I don't know whip out like a mind map for you, so this way you guys don't get cooked too much and quickly understand what the heck is happening. So this is what's happening. This is what we're setting up, guys. Essentially, we're setting up this cloudbot security setup, and we got this environment that we're setting up right now. We're in Windows, and right now we're really just kind of going to be setting up local workbench, and that local workbench is going to be just a bunch of files. I don't want to bore you too much, guys, but we're going to go through each step by step over here. So, so the first thing we need to update everything. Okay, that should be easy. So we go to settings, Windows update. So I'm just going to search for Windows update. Check for updates. Yeah, there we go. That was super easy, and that's the first thing we do. Woohoo! Oh my God! Huh. Oh, I would have failed all of that if I didn't read that document. All right, bet. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit install. Let it cook a little bit. All right, cool. Next step. Oh man. All right, so the next thing. Let it load. Let it load. All right, so this is the cloudbot in its own feudal kingdom, and this is the blueprint. We're going to be connecting it to the iPhones and CRM. And that cloudbot is going to get out of its own feudal kingdom and walk up the stairs and be able to interface with all sorts of other brands that I'm building, including my personal life, including my college work, including everything else that I'm building. Now, right now, I just need to see what's happening over here. How come it's not generating? And yeah, so the mind map over here, it's still loading, guys. So this is the mind map. Essentially, here's a couple of business use cases that we're covering. So we're covering mobile car detailing and point agency, Google Calendar synchronization, mobile-friendly funnels, service booking widgets, and of course this. While I'm eating this duck and showing you guys the tea behind how to set this whole thing up on your computer, I'm gonna be playing some videos so this week you can kind of understand what's happening while I'm eating the food over here. So thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time. Hello. All right, but so the first thing is we gotta run updates. If you try to install cloudbot without Windows updates after formatting your computer, you can get cooked. So the most important part is the updates. Right now, we already checked the updates and it's happening automatically. Next, we gotta create a separate local user. So create a standard user just for your club, for your work. Keep your admin account separate. All right, bet. So, all right, let's do that. MMC, Microsoft Management Console. Yes, and there we go. Users. File, add remote snapping, and we're gonna add users. Local users and computers, and we're gonna add users. There we go. And the snapper may be used with additional Windows 10. Manage user control tool. Okay, we're gonna do user control, user access control, and there we go. Okay, it's not here. Let's do let me finish this doc over here, and meanwhile I'll ask ChatGPT. How do you add a new user as based on your step for Windows 11? This is what I'm using, Windows 11, separate user and admin user. So right now it's just gonna let it cook. Let it cook. While it's letting cook, I'm just gonna eat this duck. This is what I'm setting up over here. Here's the marketing. Well, here's use cases that we're covering. Mobile car detailing, business use cases, cloudbot security, and we're focusing on mobile car detailing. All right. So while it's getting cooked, let's take a look at everything else. So we got a brand new computer, and while I'm drinking beers, kind of don't want that. We don't want that. I would love to answer. Please upgrade to Pro for premium models. I don't really want that premium models. Okay, we're gonna have to do a regular ChatGPT. We're gonna take all that and we're gonna do Control C, ChatGPT. We're not doing anything else, like whatever that other site was. We're gonna go here directly on here. All right, guys. So we're actually on this step over here, and I guess something happened with the live, and we're in a cloudbot over here. So the step really for create a separate user account, what you do effectively, you just open up to create a separate user account. Just go here and create, go to accounts and go to click add user. So you add account, and over here you click on the account and will say how will this person sign in, and then enter the email or the phone number of the person you want to add. Office, Outlook, OneDrive. So we're following the instructions over here. Now, if I go here, it says I don't have this person sign in information. Add the user without Microsoft account. So this is what I'm following, this step 2. So essentially what you want to do, you want to hit the step 1, open up this thing and click next. So basically that's what you want to do. That's how you set this thing up. So this is what I'm showing you, and effectively this is how you do it. To create an account, you hit Windows key plus I, and you go to accounts, then you click others, you create the admin account, click add, and I don't have this person sign in information, and then click add a user without Microsoft account. So we're gonna go here once again, and we're gonna go hit add account, and as soon as that's added, I'm gonna say we don't have the information for the user. I don't have this person sign in information. I'm gonna click on that. Okay, so that's basically the gist of how to create an admin account, and then it says get a new email address or create an account. So add a user without Microsoft account, that's gonna be the next step. So we're going back over here, and it says add a user without a Microsoft account. Now over here we could put a strong password and studio admin. So we're gonna add here studio admin like this, and like this is gonna be the way to do it. So if you're gonna go back here in cloudbot, this is studio admin, so you just gotta follow this instruction over here. Okay, so we're gonna go here to studio admin and go back to this account studio. So if we go back over here, it says add a user without a Microsoft account. Okay, so we're gonna click on that. We're gonna click add a user without a Microsoft account. Click on that. Now we gotta put who's gonna use this PC and make it secure, and then This is where we're gonna put this thing on. So
felt like you're just completely okay. So have you ever felt like you're just completely drowning in the day-to-day chaos of running your own business? Well, today we're going to break down a system called Freedom Fusion. It's supposed to be this like life raft for small service providers. So let's get into it straight from the source materials and see what it's all about. Yeah, the guy who came up with this system, he does not pull any punches. I mean, this quote right here, it's not just a cute little phrase, it's a serious warning. The idea is that in today's world, just winging it, that's a surefire way to crash and burn. This system is basically being sold as the flight plan you absolutely need to stay in the air. So, okay, what's the actual problem here? What's the big fire this system is trying to put out? Well, it's that daily inferno that so many small business owners are trapped in. You know the feeling, right? It's this constant battle against the clock, against the competition, and just that overwhelming feeling of being totally on your own. And according to the source material, it really boils down to 3 huge business-killing mistakes. First up, you've got the lonely grind of trying to be a social media expert all by yourself. Then there's that soul-crushing feeling of pouring hours and hours into marketing that just doesn't bring in any real leads. And the big one, the ultimate sin, operating without any kind of system. That's like trying to build a house with no blueprint at all. It's just not going to work. So what's the big solution? Well, the idea is to build your own feudal kingdom. And look, before you start picturing moats and drawbridges and all that, this is really a metaphor. It's about creating a business that's not just a job you have to show up to, but a totally self-sufficient empire, with you, of course, at the very top. And here's the real kicker. This whole thing isn't just about surviving day to day. It's about building a real asset. The goal is to create a business that is so well-oiled, so systematic, that you can either rule it for the rest of your life or, sell it for a king's ransom, right? And every kingdom needs a ruler. In this system, that's you. You're the feudal lord. You're the grand strategist, the one who calls all the shots and, most importantly, reaps all the rewards. But here's the thing. You're not supposed to be some lonely monarch. You have your freedom founders. Think of them as your loyal court, your virtual assistants, promoters, collaborators, who are all invested in seeing you succeed. They're your boots on the ground, spreading the word and bringing in new subjects. Customers. So what actually holds this whole kingdom together? It's basically a 3-legged stool. You got a central, powerful piece of software to manage your whole domain. You've got a tireless AI assistant doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and you have a network of real people championing your cause. It's really presented as this perfect marriage of high tech and human connection. Okay, let's talk about the tech. Let's meet your digital right-hand man, this tool called clowdbot. Now, this is not some all-powerful AI overlord, okay? It's more of a highly specialized assistant with let's say, a very particular set of skills. And this really nails it right here. clowdbot is described as less of a creative genius and more of a meticulous conductor. You're the one who writes the music, the workflows and automations. And the AI's job is just to make sure every single instrument plays its part at the exact right time. Now, one thing the source material is super adamant about is security. It's kind of like the different...
all right, guys, speaking of security, there's a couple of things you got to understand. That the first thing was what we do is set up the separate admin account. So this is we're using local privilege approach, where effectively what we do, we create a separate admin account, and this is going to be used only for installation, and you want to be using both of those. Now we managed to create that, and this was fairly simple to do. The rest is just going to be creating the Studio Daily user. So this was Studio Admin, and this one is going to be Studio User, and we're going to set a strong password. Again, do not change it to administrator. Leave this one as a user. So we're going to do this. Choose add account, add a user without Microsoft account, and Studio User. So the same way. So we're just setting up different accounts. So first one is Studio Admin, the other one is Studio User. And of course, this is what it looks like. Setting things up. And over here, I'm just gonna say I don't have this person sign in, and I'm just gonna use local account. So this is add a user without a Microsoft account, and it's gonna be studio user. Okay. Now this is so we're gonna set that up. I'm gonna set the password. Meanwhile, you watch this.
Between keeping your valuables locked up in a safe inside your house versus, I don't know, just leaving them out on the front porch. The recommended setup using what's called a Docker container is basically your digital fortress. The other way, using a VPS, could leave you way more vulnerable to attack. Okay, let's get our hands dirty. Enough of the theory and the abstract concepts, right? Let's see how this whole system is supposed to work in the real world, using the example they give all the time, a mobile car detailing business. So this isn't something you just switch on overnight. It's rolled out in this structured program over several weeks. These first 4 weeks are all about laying the groundwork. You're setting up the tech, you're building out your online presence, and you're creating a super seamless booking experience for your customers. And these are the real nuts and bolts of getting set up. By syncing up all your calendars, boom, you eliminate double bookings. By building a clear service funnel, you make it incredibly easy for customers to pay you. You deploy these bots to free up your own time so you can actually focus on what you do best. And then you push all this to your Google business profile, making it pretty much impossible for new customers to ignore you. All right, you might want to buckle up for this next part because we're about to venture into the wild side of marketing. The system includes this pretty unconventional strategy called the Tai Chi method, and it's designed to literally turn your online critics into some of your biggest fans. I'm not kidding. The creator himself calls this strategy borderline illegal. Now, don't worry, you're not actually going to be breaking any laws here, but you will be breaking pretty much all the traditional rules of social media marketing. It's basically a masterclass in social media judo. You use the momentum of your attackers against them. So you amplify a controversial post from someone on your team, you publicly defend them, and then, in what is honestly a stroke of genius, you strategically let the attacker win. Why? Because you're not trying to win the argument, you're trying to win the audience. Then you take that whole public exchange and repurpose it as a case study that shows off your integrity and makes you look like the bigger person. It's really brilliant. So, after all that, what's the bottom line? What's the one big idea that you're supposed to take away from this whole system? Well, it really comes down to the power of 3. The core idea is that you can't just have great software, or a clever AI, or a strong network of people. Sustainable growth, the kind that lasts, comes from combining all 3 of them, working together in perfect harmony. That's how you build a business that isn't just profitable, but actually sustainable for the long haul. You know, this entire system is really built on a pretty radical idea, that the age of the lone wolf entrepreneur, it's over. In a world with AI assistants and global networks, is it even possible to truly succeed on your own anymore? Or is the future of business really a team sport? That's the big question this system leaves us with, and honestly, it's something every single entrepreneur should probably be asking themselves.
All right, guys, thank you for allocating a little bit of your time and AI for complementing my work. My name is Ron Wells. And today we just, what we did right now, we just set up a cloud account, a separate user account. And as you can see, we have 2 user accounts. So this is what's going to be the setup if I was going to do Control Shift S. Let me see if I could do, okay, it doesn't allow me to do that shortcut, but basically I was going to take the screenshot over here, Control. No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. Actually, it does. So what we're going to do that, we're going to do it like this. So I'm just going to do it set up like this. And we're going back to the clowdbot, and we're going over here in this setup to say like this. Like this, and we do it like this. And this is what it looks like. And yeah, so this is a setup. And you could get access to this if you're part of a ThreadStack subscriber, guys. Feel free to subscribe for $14.99 per month. You get access to complete setup for how to set that up. Now, optional, more advanced mode, you could set this thing up like this if you wanted to do it with a command line, but I just used it through Windows, where I literally just hit the button, quick button, and Windows key +I, and then just edit the admin account following this instructions. So this is where you get the setup. Once the account is created and you have secured your bot, your cloud bot that just sits inside of the this feudal kingdom, the next step is going to be hunkering down the security a little further. And let's see what's happening next. Essentially, why this matter? Admin account is going to be doing software installation, changing system settings, and managing firewall rules. While studio user account is going to be doing API calls, Notion Cloud, Cloud Bar, daily work, all sorts of other things. If malware ever runs, it runs without admin rights. Big protection layer. So separation of users is the key. If your original Windows account is admin, log into Studio Admin, go to accounts, settings, accounts, downgrade your original account to standard. So that's what we're gonna do. So log into studio account. So we're gonna go to studio account, and so if your original Windows account, never stream or browse from admin account. Okay, so we're gonna log off, and we're gonna lock studio user. So we're gonna lock, and of course you guys over here see this. As you guys can see, this is Thread Stack digital power bundle, which is only $14.99 per month. So right now we're setting up a couple of accounts: Studio Admin account and Studio User. You never want to use Studio Admin account to do anything like streaming or anything like this. So I'm going to quickly log in into Studio Admin. Okay, and there we go. I'm logged in to Studio Admin. Now I'm going to be changing my original account, which is ThreadStack, to Studio Admin account permission settings. So this way I'm going to be downgrading it to standard user, so this way it doesn't have access to anything else. So this is kind of a quick setup. It's getting things ready for me, and as you can see, it takes a few minutes to do this, but once it's set up, it's going to be smooth sailing. So this is kind of a fairly straightforward, guys. I wanted to create this video. It says don't turn off the computer. That's fine, but what I'll do next, guys, is I'll create another video that shows the extenuation of what we're doing, so this way follow through all the way to see how we're setting up every one of those steps. See you next time.